Hey friends, Corey from Creative Roots Art by Corey. So I did this in an event yesterday. I did some, I just taught a little bit of like adult finger painting, how we blend. I used my palette knife, all of my pieces, all my supplies are very full of paint, guys. I paint all day long. My brushes stay nice and clean on the actual bristles. So I'm adding a little bit of the baking soda into my palette. This is my palette. It does not look pretty, but let me tell you, this serves its purpose. I added the baking soda right into my acrylic white, and we're gonna use the little spatula. So this is detail day. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. So again, I just put that baking soda right in my palette. So I just added it right to that way, and I really wanted his eyebrows to protrude, okay? This is such an all-purpose tool, guys. It can do so very many things. So we're gonna let that dry, and then that's gonna, I'm gonna go ahead and detail that with like some color here. I'm just gonna add that same white acrylic paint with the baking soda. I do not measure, I just get it to like a consistency that I feel comfortable with. And it'll be different for each individual. I like it to be pretty thick but movable. Okay, and I'm just kind of doing it like here and there. I don't want the whole beard to be like that. I mean mustache, and I am going to go ahead and do the beard as well. I do love metallics. We're going to add a little bit of metallics, and I'm going to show you just detailing like around the eyes. Okay, so you can already see. Now I do want to keep that old world feel, so we're just adding the brighter white here and there. Just here and there, like it's kind of like a glare, in the center, more or less. So that's why I'm going to add this white, the bright white. And again, I love my metallics, and I love, I typically use the acrylic. So I hope you guys can see this part. I do not enjoy having to dry my paints. I do that, of course, on live, especially when in an event, but really I do like it to dry on its own. For me, it just feels like a completely different texture. So I personally just really love the way it is when it dries on its own. So I did wait. I did this yesterday. It's probably been about, over 24 hours later actually. And we are going to add a little bit of my metallics. I've got a bronzy brown I'm going to use. So I did wipe my palette knife off, and then not thoroughly, but enough. And then I like to dip in the water. So I dip in my water because it just kind of spreads your paint out. So I'm just doing this so that it's, consistent like throughout. You don't want just a lot of texture. This isn't even glued on. I was just showing that yesterday, that was something I was going to put on there. So I'm going to put some white on here too, but just so you can see how, you definitely want it to look like it's one. You want that unity, even though I'm trying to keep the outer parts dark. You don't want to mix a lot of your coppers and your metallics, because then you'll lose that luster. So I did have to do it a little bit. Now this seems a little bit thinner. So this is detail day, guys. This is what goes on here at my studio on detail day. Just make it all, flow, completely flow. So like this, and I'm going to top it. I'm going to finish us off with just showing you guys a little bit of the eye detailing because it was just too wet yesterday. I tried, I worked on this for about 24 hours. I do sell all my pieces. This is a very detailed piece. So I don't know if I said 24 hours, but I meant a couple hours yesterday. I did not work on this for 24 hours. If I said that, I apologize. But I did work on it for a few hours and then let it dry so that I could get right to it on detail day. So let me grab a little bit more of this brown because it is, again, this is my metallic brown, and I just feel like it got a little bit lost there, but it's all part of the building up. That's basically what my paintings are. They're almost like in layers, and now I just get to do the final layer here. So please message me if you are interested in this piece. I do not have anything in my Etsy. At this time, I just take orders. You know, I'll take payment with Venmo, PayPal. I can over on Facebook. I can take the Messenger Pay and Cash App. That's how I get paid right now. I do have an Etsy. It's just I'm trying to learn a lot, and you know, life's just crazy, so I just have to give myself grace, and I hope that you will as well. And I did use some black wax around the outside of this. I'll probably just let this dry again, and this may get a final blending, depending on how it looks when it's dry. Just a little bit. I've got my outlining brush that has very few bristles and it's just one of my favorites. Okay, now I'm gonna take, I always dip in the water. I'm gonna dip in my, I have like a light aqua. Okay, make sure you kind of like go shake your brush a little bit because these brushes can hold some water. I never ever leave my brushes in the water. So this is a little bit wet, so I'll get a little bit on me, but I like to do these little dots. It's almost like a stippling effect, and it just really brings the eyes to life. Okay, and I'm gonna take my black. Again, this is acrylics, and I think this black may be the outdoor gloss. I do like to finalize with some gloss. And I'm gonna dip in the water a little bit again, and we're just gonna kind of outline his eyes. Every Santa takes on its own look, right? I do look on Pinterest for, you know, I just say it's Pinterest inspired. Now I did buy some burnt umber. This is my first time using it. It's our artist acrylic, so it's a little bit thicker, but I feel like it might be a little bit more on the black side than brown, so you could mix it with another brown. I have espresso, you know, there's chocolate brown, like just those lighter tone browns. If you don't have anything else, you can always add orange to get a lighter brown. So I am doing that a little bit just because I don't want like his creases here. I don't want them to be quite as harsh as the outlining. So this is what detailing day consists of. I'll give this one a little bit, and again, I'm going in my water just to kind of spread it. It also thins it out a little bit. Let's make a little crease here, so nothing major, but I just want, whoops, see that's what happens sometimes if you don't like the water, or if you don't like shake your brush good. That can happen. It's okay. It's okay, right? So we're gonna go here to that. So this is just some detailing, some definition of, you know, the fine lines. Go around like that. Oops. I'm just dipping so that I can kind of smooth that over. I'm going to take my finger, we're going to dip it in my white, and Now this is the white that has the baking powder, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. We're just gonna do a little dot there. I'm gonna move this a little bit here and here. I typically don't put my embellishments on until I'm done. I just had to do that yesterday so that I could get some pictures. But I don't recommend it. It's much better if you wait to the end. It's much more peace of mind, because I'll be very sad if I get paint on his gorgeous hat. Let's see, where else? So let's put a little bit of the black here. And for more, I do teach, if you're interested in a class. I believe our July class will be fall. It's going to be fall or Christmas in July. I'm not sure. I have a group right now that already joined, so we're going to kind of decide that as a group, because I'll do either. But just let me know if you're interested. It is actually July. It's the last month. I mean, the last Friday of every month. I believe that is July 25th. Okay, so you can see I'm adding a little bit of the, I can dab it and then it turns into some finger painting. Let's see, I feel like this could have a little bit of red, right? His holly jolly nose. And I might like play around a little bit with it. There's some creases here. He's got a crease. And he kind of has some wrinkles here. So this is a shadow, so it is good to have it nice and watery and just kind of go like that. You can even do that to this and that. Let's see. Get a little dab of that white right on the bridge of his nose. Maybe even in the creases. Put a little bit more like that fleshy color in there. Here, maybe in between these creases, and then he's got some, this is the crow's feet, right? So I'm using many different techniques as I go. I do have a fan on, and it's drying it a little bit quicker than I would like, but it's okay. It is okay. So there's just a little bit of variation in color here to kind of make that like crinkly, wrinkly kind of nose. Okay, I'm gonna dip in my black, a little bit of black, a little bit of brown. Just a little dab in my water. I do have a little bit of black wax, and I can tell that it's on here. Just a little hint of it, so it kind of beads up a little bit, but again, nothing of major concern. We got it. And now I'm going to take a little dab of the white, and I'm going to do a little bit in the water, and then we're going to do that same thing. So I've got that aqua, we're going to just do little dots. Whoops, that was a bigger dot than I wanted. So just to give it that variation. Yesterday I did put a little bit of the navy blue in it, but I didn't really love it. Let's take that white, because it's pretty watery, so it's not dry yet, and maybe we can kind of put it over there a little bit. And then I am going to take a dot and set it in the black. Where is pupil? Okay, and then I'll do the same over here. So his eyes, you can see, they come a little bit more lifelike, I think. So we'll do go along the edge of here. Whoops. Again, the fan is drying it a little more than I'm used to, but it's okay. Let's put the white of his eye here, wet it a little bit. I'm gonna dip a little in my black, wet it again, because I do have a little bit of that white still in my paintbrush. Get it nice and watery. This is gonna make it look like it has a little bit more weight to it and form, right? Like eyebrows do. Nothing in real life is, if you want it to look realistic, nothing is a solid. Even though his eyebrows are white, they have many different colors just due to reflection. Okay, I'm gonna dip it in the water a little bit so I can kind of make some little his little wispy beard and hairline. So I do a lot of dipping into my color and then dipping into the water. So we're just making his hair, you know, have the little wispy curly. So a nice thin white mixed with water, a little bit of shaking of the brush. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you have not already, and if you think your friends would like it, have them come on over. I'm fairly new to YouTube. I'm, you know, typically on Facebook, but I am just trying to get myself out there a little more into different platforms. So I would greatly appreciate it. I do go live on Facebook. I'm not able to go live yet, but soon enough I will be. I will be going live. So let's do a little bit of black here just for that dimension look. I'll do that over here too. I do have a little bit of navy blue as well. Oops. I've been doing this for a long time, so I can kind of gauge, you know, how much of everything I need. So I'm trying to let you know as well. As I go. So I've got a little bit of navy blue, a little bit of white, a little bit of black, and a lot of water. Lots of water in here. Keep with that like old world vintage look. So the luster of the brown has disappeared quite a bit, so I'm going to give it a full you know, probably overnight, just let it dry, and then I'll add a couple, probably I'll add a little bit of my silver, the copper maybe, and then definitely that brown. This definitely calls for the brown metallic. Doing a couple more wisps here. We'll let it dry like that. A little chunky is okay. Gives it a nice dimension. I hope you enjoyed this. I go live quite often over on Facebook. I would love for you to head over there, give me a like and a follow. I did add a little bit here of my antique white, and I'll do the same for his eyebrows. Let me see, this is a little too solid here. He's got quite a scowl, but I still feel like he has it, you know, a little bit of a jolly look to him as well. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it for today. I'm gonna just highlight these a little bit more. Just a little bit of his eye. I see I did not finish over here. I gotta make it a little dimension, fine lines. Add a little bit of red to the inner part and dabbed into the white, into the water. Yeah, that'll have to be tomorrow. So there we go. Old World Santa. Have a great day, guys.